Hello and welcome to another edition of your Human Service News and Information. I'm Hassan Rashid and I'll be here with you for approximately 25 minutes. Okay, as you have gathered from the opening video, it was a small illustration of the fact that the vernal equinox has come upon us, the evolution of spring, or rather the evolution of the seasons, which has transpired. This seasonal change, the vernal equinox, spring is upon us. So you know what that means, that the atmosphere is being prepared for a growing season in the northeast. I'm Hassan Rashid once again, and I welcome you to another edition of your Human Service News and Information. It's always excellent being here with you, and it's also a great achievement to come into your lives like we do here weekly at CCTV. So with that, I'd like to announce the fact that spring is also the season for maple season, which is symbolical of spring. Each March, it's maple syrup time, whereas the maple farmers go out to the country and gather, sap the trees. That's what they do, sap the trees and turn the sugar or the sap into maple sugar. So what we have done, we have taken our cameras out to the country, and we'll let you see what's happening out there during this maple season. But I tell you that it was a slow season due to February, because February was it was cold, and the sap doesn't run out of the trees in the cold weather. But the governor has proclaimed March maple season. So let us show you what our cameras have captured out in the countryside during this March maple season.
And whereas it is appropriate for the citizens of Massachusetts to recognize the continued contribution of maple farmers who perpetuate and cherish New England tradition and who impact positively on our economy, environment, and way of life, now therefore I, Deval L. Patrick, Governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, do hereby proclaim March 2014 to be Maple Month, and urge all the citizens of the Commonwealth to take cognizance of this event and participate fittingly in its observance. Given at the Hey Ed, we haven't come out the other side yet, have we?
No. We're doing all right.
That's probably enough.
Okay.
Made with a 7/16 hole, and you hang buckets on them. Very much different than a lot of the technology today, but this is history. Average syrup production for our place is 250 to 350 gallons.
How many trees do you tap?
About 1,500. This year it'll be a lower number, about 900 this year. But we have a new vacuum system that's working very well, so that's why we're not putting a lot of buckets out.
So when's the season start for you?
Hopefully in the next 2 days.
Yeah. How long will that run?
Hopefully 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And that's all dependent on Mother Nature. So it's really, really cold right now, and today is supposed to go over freezing for the first time in weeks.
So it's good for
20 degrees at night, 40 degrees in the day, with not a lot of wind and not a lot of real bright sun.
Right.
And that gives it a good season.
How was your season last year?
Excellent. We boiled 23 days every day.
You expect the same?
We can hope.
Okay.
We can hope.
Okay, it's a depiction of what's transpiring all over New England right now. It's maple season in New England, so if you get the opportunity, I encourage you to go out and check out some of these maple farms and see what it's all about. Okay, Okay, right now I need to just give you a little update about what's happening here at CCTV before we get into our broadcast, okay? Free orientation is coming up April 1st, 6:30 p.m. 438 Massachusetts Avenue, Central Square, Cambridge 617-661-6900. If you'd like additional information on free orientation and a studio tour, you can come out, learn to create and host your own TV show, make a movie, take multimedia classes, become a reporter, learn computers. No experience needed. So that's free orientation. That's especially designed for you to come in and visit our state-of-the-art station here, CCTV. So that's one you won't have to pay for. You come right on in. Okay. Another thing that's happening here at CCTV is the Hometown Media Awards is coming up soon. That's the 2014 Hometown Media Awards are coming. CCTV gives members a discount on the entry fee, okay? The Hometown Media Award honors and promotes community media and local cable programs that are distributed on public educational and government PEG access cable television channels. Awards are presented to creative programs that address community needs, develop diverse community involvement, challenge conventional commercial television formats, and movie viewers to experience television in a different way. Okay, the online data for the festival is April 30th, 2014. The entry fee is $50, but if you're a CCTV Access member and you enter by April 25th, then we will refund you $25. All entries must be submitted online through the festival website here. So our website here is for entry submissions. It's www.omnicontest4.com/com ID equals 1308. Once again, that's www.omnicontest4.com/com ID equals 1308. Okay, so if you didn't get that, you can always call Sean Eiffel if you need help gearing up, okay? And that's 617-661-6900, extension 11, or Sean at cctvcambridge.org, okay? So that's the 2014 Hometown Media Awards are coming, so that's always a great big event here at CCTV. And don't forget, CCTV's PSA Day, that's a Public Service Announcement Day, is coming up. And each year, CCTV makes its studios and crews available to record 30-second public service announcement for Cambridge nonprofit and city agencies. This year, PSA's Day will be held on Wednesday, April 30th. Thursday, May 1st, PSAs will be shown on CCTV's 3 community cable channels, 8, 9, and 96. So you will receive a digital file to use as you wish. So if you'd like more information on that, you can call 617, that's Susan Fleshman, 617-401-4004. That's once again, that's Susan Fleshman, 617-401-4004, or Susan at cctvcambridge.org, okay? And there's also training programs, plenty of educational opportunities coming up. I won't give you the finer details of these workshops, but I will give you the title of them so you can get indication of how much will be happening here at CCTV in the future that you can become involved in, okay? One of the classes is entitled Coming of Age Narratives and Films, Image Layout with HTML, Video Portfolio Websites, Building Websites with Wix, Women in Journalism, Kickstarter, and Crowdfunding Strategies. Continue with educational workshop, interview techniques and strategies, WordPress, the personality profile, edit workshops, edit 1 certification workshop, Edit 2 intermediate, Final Cut Pro, music for film and visual media. Edit 3 multi-cam production house, intro to motion. Okay, there's a portable field production, field camera 1, DSLR video workshop, Lightning 101, field camera 2, production workshops, digital storytelling, intro to video sketch comedy, DSLR photography. Okay, and a few more here. Studio production, video switcher crash course, beginning studio production, prime time, and intro to motion. Okay, there's also a free mini class for CCT members and Cambridge residents. BeLive Primer, free non-profile Google Drive workshop for Cambridge nonprofit only. So, if you like more information on any of those classes or detailed information on any of those classes that I just, the titles that I just read off to you, you can call 617-661-6900 or stop by in person. That's we're 438 Massachusetts Avenue for any information on the upcoming educational opportunities or workshops. Okay, there's also a CCTV screening, Theodore of the Absurd by Brad Glandon, Thursday, June 19th at 7 p.m., free and open to the public. So you put that down on your notebook or however you record information on screen or a notebook or a notepad, etc., or just plain pen and pencil. Okay, okay, I'm Hassan Rashid, and this is your Human Service News and Information. And another thing I'd like to say, we have something special coming up for you in April. We have a documentary entitled The Czar of Black Hollywood, but all the details aren't in yet, but I know that the documentary is coming, and we have some snippet or whatever you want to call it, vignette of that, that if time permits I'll show you, but snippet or whatever you want to call it, but that is The Czar of Black Hollywood, and it's a documentary. It's coming here in April on one of the channels. It'll be on 8, 9, or 96. So you keep your eyes and ears open for that one, okay? Okay, we're going to get back to the president budget, okay? The president 2015 budget proposal, boys, young men of color, okay? The President Obama has signaled his support of boys and young men of color in very tangible ways during his 2014 State of Union address and his announcement of My Brother's Keepers initiative, a partnership between government, philanthropy, corporation aimed at ensuring boys of color are successful. The President 2015 budget proposal is the latest demonstration of his commitment to communities of color through expanded and new investment in key areas such as education, youth employment, juvenile justice, mental health, violence reduction, and strengthening communities. CLASP, that's CLASP youth work, is centered on the idea that it takes a collective and continuous approach to working with youth to ensure that young people remain on a path of ongoing academic achievement, high school graduation, post-secondary enrollment and completion, and solid employment. Currently, young people of color face lesser outcome than their white peers in each of these areas, with those living in poverty faring the worst. Failure to face this national dilemma and identity solutions have deleterious implications for the nation and communities of color. The President budget proposal lays out key investment and ideas touch youth at critical times in their development and that address issues of concern for communities of color. A few highlights, opportunities in the President's proposed budget that have particular impact on boys and young men of color are: increased equity and opportunity for students of color along the entire educational pipeline, expand access to high quality early learning through increasing the Child Care and Development Block Grant, Head Start, Early Head Start, preschool development grants, the maternal and infant early childhood home visitation program, and the Individuals with Disability Education Act, Part C. Fund a new $300 million Race to the Top Equity and Opportunity Competition Center on increasing the academic performance of high-need students and closing the achievement gap. This competition is based on recommendations from the Equity and Excellence Commission report. For each and every child, a strategy for education, equity, and excellence. Invest in community-level programs serving school-aged children through a $43.3 million expansion of the Promised Neighborhoods to serve 35 additional communities. Support innovative strategies and practices that improve college completion rates, make college more affordable for low-income students through the First in the World Fund. Improve the health and well-being of youth and color, okay? Address issues of violence and concentrate poverty in communities and school, increase employment opportunities for youth of color and their families, and reduce ethnic and racial disparities in juvenile justice systems, and help youth get back on track, okay? So these are the president's proposal to assist his policy and proposals to assist young men of color. So, well, let's cross our fingers because he may get somewhere with this, okay? Another thing I wanted to bring to your attention now. We were touching on last few programs. We were touching on the Alliance of Cambridge Tenants and their upcoming board of directors elections. Well, I just want to remind you that the last day to submit, if you're a public housing resident or Section 8 resident, the last day to submit your nominations for whoever you want to see on that board is coming up. That's Friday, March 29th. So after that, you won't be able to submit any nominations, okay? It'll all be set. And the next thing in line will be candidates night. That's when all the nominations will stand up before you if you come out, and this event is going to be held on Monday on the 7th of April at the Cambridge Senior Center. That's 806 Massachusetts Avenue, and all the candidates nominated for the Board of Elections, the ACT Board of Elections, will make their presentation, will present what their platform, that means issues that they stand by and why you should elect them to the board. So that's a very important meeting. That's April 7th, and want you to be there because I'll be there. And you know, I believe in change, and I'll be nominated. I'm nominated, and I'll be trying to get back reelected to the ACT board. Perhaps you saw my blog, and I explained some things about it. But the thing is, what we want is change and not stagnation or regression. We want our candidates to be proactive, so that's what you want. So if you come in there and you vote, you can vote that night too. You can start voting. You vote for somebody for change. You don't want no candidate that's going to sit up there and be stagnant and go to sleep on his duties. So that's just one thing I want to bring to your attention. Another thing I'd like to bring to your attention, since we're on low-income housing. We're talking about the National Low-Income Housing Coalition and their 2014 Housing Policy Conference and Lobby Day. That's April 27th to the 30th at Marriott Boardman Park Hotel, Washington, D.C. And there's still time to register for this event. But before I give you information on how you can register, I'd like to tell you about some of the highlights of what's going to be happening down there in Washington, D.C. on the 27th of April to the 30th at the Marriott Warden Park Hotel. Imagine the National Low-Income Housing Coalition 214 Housing Policy Conference and Lobby Day. They're going to be United for Homes campaign, build support for mortgage interest reform to fund the National Housing Trust Fund. Getting ready for release of the National Housing Trust Fund dollars, okay? Facing budget limitation strategies, restoring and increasing HUD funding, maintaining rights for tenants after foreclosure, the campaign to make the PTFA permanent, engaging the tenant voter, voterization, emerging trends in voter suppression, organizing tenant association, public housing rental assistance demonstration, what now? Strategies for local tenant victories, how to have a successful lobby meeting, and much, much more. So if you're able to make that event, that's the National Low Income Housing Coalition 2014 Housing Policy Conference and Lobby Day. And after, I guess on the 30th, everybody's going up to see their representatives on Capitol Hill. That's your senators and congressmen. Okay, so okay, I'm going to tell you how you can register for this event. You can call. First thing you can do is you can call for additional information. That's 202-393-1973. That's 202-393-1973. And also you can call 202-662-1530, extension 224. Okay, so that's okay. You can also mail. Well, you don't have the form, so you got for information. If you want a registration form sent to you, you still got time. So that's 202-393-1973, 202-662-1530, extension 224, and that's the National Low Income Housing Coalition 2014 Housing Policy Conference and Lobby Day, April 27th to the 30th, 2014. Great big day for low-income renters. I'm Hassan Rashid, and that's just about it. So I'd like to always leave you with the fact that you should keep your nose clean and play it straight, and don't forget to assist someone in need of your help. And I'd like to give you some hints of this documentary about the Czar of Black Hollywood. That's it, the Czar of Black Hollywood. And we're going to try to have that for you in April here at CCTV. So I leave you with the greetings of peace.
He's been called the Jackie Robinson of film, the Black D.W. Griffith. Oscar Micheaux was an American original, the country's first black filmmaker. Shunned by the studios in Hollywood, Micheaux wrote, produced, directed, and distributed his own films. At a time when African Americans were expected to accept the status quo, he was a man who marched to the beat of his own drum. Oscar Micheaux was a towering figure even by today's standards. He was not only America's preeminent black filmmaker for 3 decades, but also the country's most prolific, having directed or produced